What if the only thing standing between your confusion and your breakthrough is one sentence from a wise teacher? This powerful true story from Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, R.A., shows how one moment of compassion can transform an entire life. If you've ever felt lost, angry, or hopeless, this story will open your heart. The day Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, rahmatullah alayhi, saved a lost young man, a true story that every youth must hear. Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, rahmatullah alayhi, the great-grandson of Imam Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu and a towering light of Islamic scholarship, lived in a time when the world was rapidly changing, ideas were clashing, and young minds were easily pulled in different directions. Yet his calm character, deep wisdom, and extraordinary compassion continue to inspire today's youth who struggle with identity, pressure, confusion, and the fear of failure, and one of the most inspiring real-life events from his blessed life is the story of how he transformed a reckless young man who was drowning in arrogance, anger, and hopelessness into a person of character and purpose. And this event happened when a young man from Medina, known for his sharp tongue and harsh behavior, once stormed into the public gathering where Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, rahmatullah alayhi, was teaching students, philosophers, and seekers of knowledge from different lands. And this young man, filled with frustration and confusion, shouted loudly, challenging the Imam's teachings without respect, claiming that religion had no answers for the challenges of youth, saying that praying and studying would not help anyone survive in a world ruled by wealth, strength, and power. And many people in the gathering became angry at his boldness. Some wanted to physically drag him away, while others shouted back at him. But Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, rahmatullah alayhi, raised his blessed hand gently and asked everyone to remain silent. Then he looked at the young man with kindness and said, "Come closer, sit beside me," surprising everyone because the boy had shown nothing but disrespect. Yet the Imam's face remained full of peace, and when the young man sat down, still angry and confused, the Imam asked him in a soft voice, "What worries your heart?" And the young man, who had expected criticism, punishment, or humiliation, suddenly felt his anger melting away, because no one had ever asked him that question with sincerity, and he confessed that his father had died, his business had failed, he felt mocked by society, he felt worthless, and he thought religion only increased his guilt and fear. And hearing this, Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, rahmatullah alayhi, placed his hand on the young man's shoulder and told him a truth that changed his life forever. "My son, the world is not your enemy. Your thoughts are. When you reshape your heart, the world reshapes around you." The boy stared in surprise because the Imam did not scold him, did not call him sinful or lost, but instead guided him gently. And then the Imam shared a profound lesson that is timeless for today's youth. Strength is not in anger. Wealth is not in possessions. And success is not in defeating others. Real strength is mastering yourself. Real wealth is a peaceful heart. And real success is living with purpose. And as the gathering listened in deep silence, the Imam continued, "Every youth faces storms, but storms are not signs of destruction. They're signs of growth. Your anger means your heart is searching for meaning. Your confusion means your mind is alive. Your pain means Allah wants to bring you closer to Him. You are not weak. You are awakening." And these words struck the young man so deeply that tears filled his eyes. And for the first time, he felt understood, valued, and guided. And then the Imam narrated a story from his own youth, explaining how he faced moments of difficulty and loss, but never allowed disappointment to push him away from Allah. And he told the young man, when Allah loves someone, He shakes them, not to break them, but to remove what harms them. And then he explained how knowledge empowers youth, saying, "Ignorance chains you, knowledge frees you, anger blinds you, wisdom awakens you." And the young man nodded with new understanding, feeling a light entering his heart as if someone had opened a window inside him. And then the Imam gave him 3 practical steps that remain revolutionary even today. 1. Help someone every day, even with a smile. 2. Learn at least one new beneficial thing daily. 3. Spend a moment alone with Allah and speak to him as a friend. And the young man asked, "Will this change my life?" And Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, rahmatullah alayhi, smiled and replied, "If you change your habits, Allah will change your destiny." And these words became the turning point of the young man's life, because from that day onward, he transformed his behavior, controlled his anger, rebuilt his faith, and became one of the polite students of Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, rahmatullah alayhi, known later for his good manners and wisdom. And whenever people asked him what changed him, he would say, "The Imam didn't judge me by my mistakes. He saw the good inside me before I even saw it myself." And this true story is deeply inspiring for today's youth, teaching that no matter how lost one feels, one moment of sincere guidance, one conversation with a wise teacher, and one spark of hope can change everything. And Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, rahmatullah alayhi, showed that the best way to reform youth is not through anger or punishment, but through compassion, patience, understanding, and wisdom. And his approach teaches modern young people that growth requires self-reflection, purpose, learning, spiritual connection, and emotional balance, and that true success is not measured by fame or wealth, but by character, integrity, and inner peace. And this timeless story reminds every young soul that even when they feel broken, Allah's mercy is near. Even when they feel lost, guidance is waiting. And even when they feel weak, they carry within themselves a strength greater than they imagine. And the legacy of Imam Jaffar al-Sadiq, rahmatullah alayhi, continues to shine as a beacon for anyone who seeks knowledge, faith, and meaning in a chaotic world, reminding us that leaders are those who heal hearts, not hurt them, and that the greatest victory is overcoming the self, not defeating others. And if today's youth embrace even a fraction of this wisdom, they will rise with clarity, confidence, and purpose, building lives of courage, faith, and goodness, just as the young man in Medina did many centuries ago. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs hope. Subscribe to the channel for more powerful Islamic stories, wisdom from our imams, and life-changing reminders that strengthen faith and character. Your one click helps spread knowledge, light, and inspiration to thousands. Join our mission. Be part of the Sadaqah Yariyah.